Get my 6. Because there's no rathering about it, brah. We're squatching today. And not only are we looking for potentially Bigfoot Sasquatch, we're looking for any and all things paranormal. Because finally, once and for all, this is 100% proof that all those videos from this channel where you feel you may or may not have seen potentially a Bigfoot Sasquatch or any and all things paranormal are 100% real. Why? Because in this video, me and my beautiful bride Dearly, aka Giggly Girl, are going for a long hike in the hot woods of Virginia in the middle of summer. Oh, I thought I saw something. What is that? Is that a Bigfoot Sasquatch behind that tree?
No.
We're going to find out here in a minute, because we are going to finally, once and for all, shut down all the haters, all the vertically challenged MFers who live under bridges, by giving you proof that everything you may or may not have seen in those other videos are 100% real. And you'll understand why by the end of this video. This is the video that proves those things potentially were 100% real, because that's the stuff we're looking for in this video today. So with no further ado, as she would say, let's get on our way. Okay?
Let's go.
Don't stray from the trail too far away, or you may not make it back even on another day. Did it move? Let's do a bit of a further investigation. All right, obviously she has forgotten that I'm with her. But first, the first potential Bigfoot Sasquatch, or potentially something of a paranormal nature. What? You saw a pretty lizard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there in a minute to see it, but right now I think I potentially have a Bigfoot Sasquatch hiding behind a tree. I'm going to bum rush it. Back to what we were doing before my beautiful bride Dearly, aka Giggly Girl, saw a pretty lizard. That's as far as I can zoom. There's only one other option we have, and that is the good old-fashioned bum rush. Ready? Leroy Jenkins! Yes, that's a shout out to all you wowers. World of Warcraft. Huh. What is this? Well, it seems to be some sort of scarring on this tree. Not a Bigfoot Sasquatch or anything of a paranormal nature. Proof number 1. Dude, it's algebra. It will make sense by the end. Hang in there. I will explain the methods behind my insanely madness. Potentially. All right, guys. We're on exhibit 2. Potentially, it's a tree break. Huh?
They have a lot of wild berries here. Do you think it's okay if I eat it?
They have a lot of wild berries?
Yeah.
Let me check them first.
Okay. You check it first, and then if it gets poison, you die first?
No, I didn't say I was going to taste it first or eat it first. I want to make sure it's an actual berry. Are you looking for potential Bigfoot Sasquatches around here?
No.
Okay, those things you're seeing, those are not berries.
Oh, really?
No, you can't eat those.
They look like they're
I know,
berries, no?
but they're not.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I asked.
I'm glad you did too. Guys and girls, if you're in the woods and you're seeing stuff that looks like berries, you don't know what it is, don't take the risk. Don't eat it. Because it's not all berries. It is a beautiful woods, isn't it? But it's not as beautiful as you. Honey, you notice how much easier it is to breathe here in Virginia than it is in Colorado?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What did you think of that hike when we went hiking in Colorado?
Oh my goodness, the next day I was sore. It's super dry.
Steep?
Yeah, it's steep.
Straight up and down?
Yep.
Well, yeah, and it's dry, there's no humidity, but it was lack of oxygen in the air because of the elevation.
Yep.
We're at like 1,200 feet here. We're at 12,000 feet there.
Yeah.
And
But it was beautiful though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell a true story here. So honey, you be looking around for him, her, it, or they while I'm talking smack, huh?
Okay.
Oh, I think I found another tree break. Dun dun dun. Could that be a tree break from Bigfoot Sasquatch? That's as far as the zoom goes. So let's bum rush it. Shout out to all you guys that sat around in your mom's basement for an entire decade playing World of Warcraft. Leroy Jenkins! Well, that's definitely... Now looky here. This is from when this tree, which is a maple, still blossomed and bloomed this year. If you never knew this, guys and girls, when you see a tree in the forest that has this particular scar just a couple feet up, this is from where, when this tree was a sapling, less than 3 years old at least, a buck deer rubbed it with its antlers to either mark its territory during the rut season, or to get the velvet off of its horns in late summer, or to get one of its antlers to fall off because the other one already did and it felt lopsided. So, but now that will weaken the tree here. This is where the break took place. So this will make the tree weak, won't necessarily kill it, as you can see. And I'll show you, if I see some large trees that survived entirely after suffering buck deer damage. But it would weaken it so that if a strong wind came, it would be more susceptible to break here than at any other point. But that does not rule out that it was not potentially broken by a Bigfoot Sasquatch. All right, guys, true story. So, you know, we're back from our cross-country trip now. Went all the way out to the Grand Canyon of Arizona. Came back a more southern route than we went out. And it was super hot. We dealt with a lot of heat issues. Basically, the last couple days of our trip, I didn't run because it wasn't safe. Hold on, Dearly's here. What, honey? Something there that scared you? Do you think potentially it's a Bigfoot Sasquatch or something of a paranormal nature?
I think one of his guard.
One of Bigfoot.
Look at this tree.
What?
Oh, look at that.
That is of a paranormal nature. Guys, I got to show you this stuff. There might be some paranormal activity right here in this specific area.
Did you see that?
I see a tunaka. Tunaka. But first, I got to show you this. Guys, we have a floater. As you can see, here's a tree, and it is floating off of the ground. Look at that. This tree is not in the ground, nor is it on the ground. And this is not an optical illusion, and this is not really crappy CGI, which I get accused of. Watch. Here's a weed. I'm going to lay down in the dirt to prove to you this is a floating tree and perhaps something of a paranormal nature. Look at that. My entire hand and arm can go underneath this floating tree. Now, how would we use logic to explain this? How is it possible? All right, let's follow it upward. Well, if you'll see, it looks like this tree at some point had fallen into the forks of that tree. Obviously, this tree is no longer among the living. Huh? But wouldn't that explain ghosts? Is it a ghost tree? Perhaps not, though. Logic would state that somehow this tree either died and fell into that fork and was pulled upward as this healthy tree continued to grow, therefore pulling it up out of the ground, and enough time is still. Oh my gosh, it's moving. It's moving on its own. Is this evidence that it's haunted? Guys, the thick plottings, was that just like a natural structure? One living tree pulled a dead tree up out of the ground because it captured it in its forks? Or is that paranormal activity? Dearly's walked up towards the scary, spooky thing she found, but look at this. Alas, we have a tree bend. Is this potentially where a Bigfoot Sasquatch has marked his, her, it, or their territory if there were more than one of them? Or would logic state that a limb fell from another tree on top of this tree and has pulled it over. Oh my gosh, there's so many structures right here, potentially. Check this out. Girls, this could be him, her, it, or they trying to trick us. Because it's easy to say, well, this limb fell, caught this, and caused this tree bend. Well, what about this tree bend down here? Huh? What about this one, which is both a bend and a break? Logic might state this tree fell here and did this damage, but what if this happened before this tree fell? Okay? The only way in which we could figure out this mystery would be if we solved first the mystery of time travel to answer that currently unanswerable question. And that's just facts, brah. That's just facts. Science is real, and so are facts. There it is. Oh my God, my wife is talking to it. Honey, does it speak English? Does it speak Visayan or Tagalog? Oh my God, she has found a living Tunaka. Tunaka! Unless it's a Bigfoot Sasquatch. Look at my wife, so brave to walk right up to its face and get in its face. Honey, what have you found?
This one.
That one? Is that a
I think it's a boar.
Tanaka? What is this? Wow, that's just an old mountaineer. Look at that. Oh my gosh, honey.
Look at his
Oh, what's that?
golden. It's like a bear.
It's a skin king cap with a bear face on it. Or maybe a raccoon face. Wow,
Oh
honey.
yeah, it looks like a raccoon.
And I thought my wood carvings were good. Hi. Well, from a distance, it looked like either a potential Bigfoot Sasquatch or a Tunaka! If you've wondered why we call her a giggly girl, perhaps now you know. But alas, the search continues. As I was, as they'd say in the Army. All right. Make sure you're getting my 6. There's some creepy stuff out in here. Bent sticks, broken trees, and ginormous wood carvings. So what I was telling you about this running thing, ran every day in Colorado, running at between 12 and 14,000 feet in elevation. As you know, there's less oxygen up there, so your lungs adapt, your entire blood system adapts, learns to run, or for your body to perform with less oxygen. Now, if you do that for an extended period of time, and then you come back and race at sea level or much lower altitude, like I said, we're about 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet here in Charlottesville, it's like there's 10 times as much oxygen in the air, and it's like you're supercharged. So it's like you're running on jet fuel, so to say, instead of just regular gasoline. So I didn't run our last couple days. We were in Tennessee. The temperatures were between 100 and 105 degrees with a heat index of 115. Even early in the mornings, it just wasn't safe, so I didn't do it. And I was staying hydrated, and the day we left, Dearly and I met this wonderful lady, shout out to her there in Tennessee, that was working at the Motel 6 we stayed at, named Cherry, from the Philippines, from the Visayas, so she spoke Visayan. I was able to communicate with her in Visayan. Such a sweetheart. Met her the night we checked in. When we were leaving the next day, she had brought some dried fish she cooked for Dearly and some puto, which is like a Filipino dessert. It's like rice cakes. Consistency and flavor much like angel cake. I love puto, and she got us ubi flavored puto. It's like a purple sweet potato. Ubi everything became my favorite the 6 years I lived in the Philippines. I love ubi ice cream. Have not been able to find it yet in the U.S., but she brought us ubi flavored puto. I ate them all before we got out of the state of Tennessee. So anyway, standing in the parking lot just while they were saying goodbye for 5 minutes, I was getting cramps in my calves from the heat. That's how hot it was there. So anyway, we get back to Virginia. First day back, I go out to go for a run. I'm like, well, I haven't run for the last couple of days, so I need to run at least 5 miles because, well, all that puto, I'm probably going to turn into a fatty. I don't want that. Been there, done that. No offense to anybody that's in that state right now, but it's not for me. It just doesn't feel good. They talk about being fat and happy. I tried that. I was fat and miserable. I prefer to be fit and happy. So that's why we come out here and do stuff like this. So anyway, I go on this 5-mile run. And it occurs to me through the first mile, I'm like, man, I'm flying. But I wasn't putting forth any more energy than usual. And then I was like, oh, I was training at altitude. I'm like, this oxygen has literally 10 times as much oxygen in the air. So I'm like, well, this feels good, but I better slow down because I'm going to hit the wall here at some point. But it felt so good, I didn't slow down. I was just waiting to hit the wall because I felt like I hadn't run that fast in forever. I get to the turnaround point about 2.5 miles out, and I'm like a full minute ahead of my normal pace. I'm like, man, this last 2.5 miles on the way back is going to suck. It's going to hurt. Never felt it. Just flew, crushed my 5-mile training course record on that course by more than a minute. It was amazing. So I'm thinking, well, I've got to just attribute this to taking a couple of days off. My glycogen stores are built up. You know, that's basically like another form of energy. Carbohydrates that convert to energy when you burn it. If not, it converts to fat if you don't. Those storages were full. So I thought that's all it is. Went out the next day, and I was a little bit sore because I was running faster, but I thought, well, let's just do 3 miles. Like a recovery run, go easy. Once again, go through the first mile on this 3-mile course, 30 seconds ahead of my normal pace. I'm like, man, I'm gonna hit the wall again. Never happened. Same thing happened the next day. Make sure you're getting my 6, because this is my method. She was right there behind me. What'd you do, hide from me?
No.
Took the wrong trail?
Yeah, and then when
what?
And then
when you heard me down here yapping my jaws, you realized you'd gone the wrong way?
Yeah.
Aren't you glad I talk so much, honey?
Yeah.
So many people are like, how can you live with him? All he does is talk. Well, my talking just literally saved your life, didn't it?
Yep.
You could have gone up there and gotten lost and been eaten by a potential Bigfoot Sasquatch, no?
Living with you, honey, it's fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, look at this.
What?
Shape V?
Oh, like UVA, huh?
No, like Bigfoot.
There's not a single letter V.
It's a joke.
Oh, okay. UVA, go. Since we're back in Charlottesville. All right, so anyway, that brought us to the end of the story. That training at altitude crap works. So I thought, man, I'm going to look up a race, go beat up on some of my fellow old men in a 5K somewhere. But there's not another race here locally for like another 3 weeks. So by then I will have adjusted. I will have adjusted to the, you know, normal air. Whatever. It felt good, man. What is it? What?
I saw a big snake.
You saw a big snake?
Yeah, like super giant.
All right, let's investigate. How big is it?
Like literally like this long.
Is it black?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like black and then light blue.
All right.
Oh my God.
Man, you screamed like you saw a Bigfoot
snakes.
Sasquatch. I'm going to investigate. Let me flip the film. Oh man, she screamed. She screamed like she either stepped on a nest of yellow jackets or saw a potential Bigfoot Sasquatch. Where is it, honey? Where was it? Where?
Right there.
Where?
I saw it right there.
Which way was it going?
Right here.
Okay, which way was it going?
That way.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
You check the trees, I'll check the ground.
Oh my God, I'm freaking.
Okay, yeah, but just...
I think this is the most biggest snake I've ever seen.
That's the biggest snake you've ever seen? Where'd it go?
Way down there.
Down here?
Yeah,
all right.
I think we got scared each other.
Well, I bet you scared me. You probably scared the viewers watching. So you look that way, I look this way. Honey, I'm not gonna leave you. Honey, it's harmless if it's a black snake.
I don't care.
As long as it doesn't go... Oh, wait, I saw weeds moving. I see weeds moving up here.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Okay, hon. Let's find his snake.
Oh my God, you go first.
Guys, I was trying to give you a view as I sneaked up on the snake, but I can't because, as you can see, Dearly won't let me go. Are you scared, honey?
Yeah, for real. Honey, I'm telling... Oh my God,
That's
that's
just
a
a
weed.
weed.
Okay, honey, let's go. Oh my God, that is so scary, honey.
Okay.
Guys, I'm scared. In all, what you call
Animals,
it?
wildlife?
Yeah, animals, wildlife. Snake is the only thing that I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of bears, all this stuff. But snake...
Remember, honey, that time we were hiking in the Philippines in Mindanao?
Oh my God.
Tell them that story.
Oh my God, I stepped on A snake, like literally super big snake.
That thing was 8 feet long, right?
Yeah.
Tell him what kind of snake it was.
Rattlesnake. Oh, no, it's a poisonous snake.
Yes.
Yeah. What snake, honey? Just
come on, honey. This was in your country. There's no rattlesnakes. It's like one of the most feared, deadly snakes in the world.
Oh my goodness, honey! Just tell them I'm scared right now, honey. I could not.
It was a freaking king cobra.
Yeah, cobra snake.
We were hiking and she was in front of me, and I saw her jump as high as she is tall, which is only like 5 feet. And then I looked on the ground and saw it. His thing was as big and round as my forearms. Like, and I was working out then, so the guns were even bigger. Not that I don't work out now, because I do. The guns were just bigger. Because snakes and fish are always bigger when you retell the story, right?
Oh gosh, that's really scary, honey.
All right. So we found potentially a haunted tree root, a giant, and now a giant snake. If only we can find the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not have caused the tree bends and the tree breaks. Honey?
Honey, we should not go there.
Follow me. Here, hold my hand.
Oh my goodness, honey, this is real.
I know. Like all my videos, and this is the one that's going to finally prove it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Just hold on. Just hold my hand.
Oh my goodness, honey.
Don't worry, hon. We are in the woods.
Why do you walk like that?
Because I'm sneaking up on stuff, honey.
That is so big snake. And then he was fast too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is scary. Oh my. Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
What'd you see?
Honey, we're not alone here.
What? Do you feel or see something? Yeah. I saw it too. I saw that movement. Let me flip the camera again. What'd you just tell me?
Like the snake, I think the fatness is like this
The
big.
fatness of the snake was that big?
Mm-hmm.
So as big as that cobra?
I'm telling you, it's so freaking scary.
I believe you, honey. Now, we just saw something up here. I saw it. It's like when we stopped, it stopped and went behind a tree, didn't it? So I don't think we are alone, and I don't think we're being followed by a snake. You know, this is when it happens.
We should go?
Maybe. Wait, we're not going to let him, her, it, or they run us out of the woods that we came to hike in. We haven't reached the point we wanted to go to turn around yet, have we?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
And besides,
no,
honey,
yet.
if we do go back, we got to go back where the snake was anyway.
Oh, no, let's just not go.
I'm going to walk down here and get a view of this water. You want to come with me?
No, I'm going to stay here. There's so many weeds there.
Well, you go where I go.
Okay, wait.
Okay. This is a pretty lake, no?
Oh my goodness. That's scary.
Oh, honey, those black snakes are harmless. They just kill rats, and they actually kill poisonous snakes that are dangerous.
I don't care as long as it's a snake.
Gosh, this is beautiful, isn't it? If y'all are wondering where we are at we're at Ragged Mountain in Charlottesville.
Ragged Mountain.
Yeah, they have a lake up here. You can canoe, kayak, you can fish. You're just not allowed to have gas-powered boats.
And swim.
And you're not allowed to swim. We've never fished here. We've hiked here a few times. And so anyway, look at this. Oh, it flew away. It's a beautiful dragonfly. Wow, what a beautiful lake. Now,
Oh, look at the...
What?
What's that?
Oh, I'm doing a panoramic view. What do you want me to look at?
That butterfly.
A butterfly? Oh, a dragonfly?
Dragonfly.
Yeah, aren't they beautiful?
Yeah. Oh, I said the red dragonflies.
Oh, let me zoom in on it.
And can you see the water's like brown, green, and blue?
Yeah. Well, you're seeing the bottom. You're seeing the brown sand, sandy soil, leaves, and it gets blue as it gets deep.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
We need to bring our kayaks out here now.
Mm-hmm. And fish.
And fish, yeah. You can see the... Yeah, I see it.
They're making out.
Maybe they are making out.
Oh, did you see it?
Oh, they love each other, huh?
Did you see it?
Yeah, honey, hold on. I'm pointing something out over here. There's some murky water right here. This is from where, when we were coming down, there obviously was a big fish laying right there at the edge, and it swam away and left the murk.
It's over there. They're hanging. I think they're making out.
Okay.
Did you see it? That brown.
I do. Is giving you any ideas, honey?
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Not as beautiful as you, though. Smile.
Sure.
Smile. See? Proved it. More proof. All right, guys. We had to stop production there for about 10 minutes and just walk. It took about 10 minutes before she let my hand go. She's terrified of the snake. So we reached the point where we're going to turn around and start heading back. But she didn't want to go back the same way because she's afraid that snake's waiting on her. So we're taking a different trail back. You okay, hon?
Yeah.
Catching your breath?
Yeah.
And making sure not to get too far ahead of me in case you see another snake. So forget about the snakes, honey. Look for the him, her, it, or they. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Want some water? Gotta hydrate. All right, so guys, I'm gonna have to provide some non-professional, professional hiking services, guide services to get her back safely to the truck because she's still shaking up from that snake. But here, we're gonna do the math. In closing, we're gonna do the math, and we have a witness. We have an unbiased witness here to be our mathematical proof. Okay, so this video we set out to prove that those things you may or may not have seen in our previous videos may or may not have been real, proving it by thoroughly investigating what we may or may not have seen here today. So, number one, honey, I'm going to ask you, do we have any definitive proof in this video today at all that we saw any Bigfoot Sasquatches out here today?
No.
No, we don't. Do we have any definitive proof at all that we saw anything of a paranormal nature out here today?
No.
No, of course not. Do we have any definitive proof that if we delve outside of the realm of logic, any of the structures or potential Bigfoot Sasquatch evidence we saw today is real?
No.
No. And we looked thoroughly, and we even found some of these things, yet we have no proof in this video that we saw any of these things. Therefore, that is proof that what you may or may not have seen in our previous videos may or may not have indeed been 100% real. Brah! I was trying to make it look like the screen froze, honey.
You look crazy. Honey, stop it.
In proof, why we call my beautiful bride dearly, Giggly Girl. See you for more next time.